Hey everyone, my name is Kinsley. I'm a 19-year-old linguistics major and I also own my own coffee business. I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about myself and kind of what my business is about, what I do outside of the business. Just give a little inside scoop about what's going on. So, in linguistics, I will be a junior this fall. I am emphasizing in Greek and philosophy. So, basically, other than my core linguistics classes, I'm taking 4 semesters of Greek, maybe more, I actually don't remember, and a couple philosophy classes. And then I'm also going to be taking 3 semesters, but 4 full classes of Spanish. So a lot of people don't really know what linguistics is. It's basically just figuring out how languages work and how you can learn languages easier. It's deep diving into different cultures, different attitudes behind languages, stuff like that. And it's mostly used for translation work. People use it for teaching English to students who don't know any English. You can also use it to teach other languages to students who only speak English or only speak a different language. I go to a Christian university, so most of the people in my major are going into Bible translation, which I have seriously considered. I don't know how realistic that is for me though, because my main goal is to start my own brick and mortar coffee shop, and Bible translation is a commitment. It takes a long time, and I'm really not opposed to it. I honestly have thought about doing it part time, like being on one translation team, but it's just something that I'll have to continue thinking about and praying about. I am very interested in it though, so it's a path that I am really considering. However, like I said before, my main goal is to open my own coffee shop, but as I said at the beginning of the video, I do already own my own coffee trailer. So basically, the backstory behind that is I have worked at 2 different coffee shops, and those are the only places that I've worked. The first one was a local cafe where I live, and I started there when I was 16. It was owned by a Christian family. The management was so nice. Everybody there was just really kind and caring, and it was an amazing environment. The owners had also been previously trained in coffee, so they cared a lot about making sure the coffee was good and consistent. So I learned most of my coffee knowledge from that cafe, and that's how I fell in love with coffee. After I stopped working there, I really missed the community aspect of a cafe, though. I really loved talking to the customers, having usuals, remembering people's orders. It was just something that I had a lot of fun and I forgot about when I quit. So I started working at the second coffee shop mainly for that purpose, just of the community. And this coffee shop was definitely more for community than it was for coffee, which is fine. And I realized while I was working at that coffee shop that I wanted to do this for the rest of my life. Like, I love everything about coffee, and I love chatting with the customers, making connections, and just connecting with people in that way. So I started to do a lot of planning, and one summer of 2024, I did all the research and bought a trailer and started Evream Coffee. I figured that a coffee trailer would be a great stepping stone since I don't have a lot of money at all, and I also don't know where I'm going to end up after college. I didn't really want to lock myself in one place for the rest of my life with a coffee shop, which I know that I wouldn't technically be doing that, but it kind of is at the same time. And I knew that it would have to be pretty local since I'm going to college. I would have to do both at the same time. So I did just really like the idea of a mobile coffee cart that I could take around wherever I went until I was ready to start my brick and mortar. So to tell you about the business a little bit, the name Evrim Coffee, Ivrim, comes from the Hebrew word for Hebrews, because how does Moses make his coffee? He brews it. I know. I know. It's just the best joke that you'll ever hear. It's just so funny. But seriously, I thought that this name would be just a cute way to connect my love of languages and coffee. It's a funny joke. People give me a sympathy laugh every time I explain it. I also wanted to incorporate God a little bit because I do think that I want him to be the center of my life and everything I do. So have to kind of not work that into my coffee shop, but base my coffee shop around that idea. And so I thought that doing a word in Hebrew would just kind of connect me to the biblical languages. On kind of the same note, I didn't really intend to do this at my first pop up, but when I did my first pop up, I put up a Bible verse reference on a little like letterboard sign. It was Hebrews 1:3, He is the radiance of the glory of God and the exact imprint of his nature. And I was gonna like put up a different Bible verse every time I did it, but then that letterboard like broke, so I never did it again. But then I kind of realized that I wanted that verse to be the center of my business. So that's kind of the like theme verse of the coffee shop, and that's what I based my logo off of. It's a sun because it's like radiance and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to try to incorporate that into more of my business, especially when I get my brick and mortar. And that verse is, of course, talking about Jesus, which is just so beautiful because it reminds us that God manifested himself to us in a way that we can understand in human form, which is how we were created in his image. But just like the reminder that everything that Jesus did, it was like a perfect reflection of how God is amazing because Jesus was a really good guy. He was just so loving and caring, and he sacrificed himself for us, and that's just like it's so cool. He sympathizes with us. I just love everything about it. And so yeah, anyway, I thought that that was a perfect verse for the business. So my goal for the coffee shop is to, other than evangelize and share the gospel, anyway, it is to have an environment that sells good coffee that the coffee snob is going to enjoy and like take a sip and be like, oh, like that's actually a good cup of coffee. And I also want it to be consistent. I want every customer to get the same taste every time they come in. No nasty coffees from one employee and amazing coffees from the other one. It's all going to be the same and it's all going to be good. But I don't want to be so pretentious as to like look down on the people when they come in, because I know a coffee shop around here that like has some of the best coffee that you'll ever taste, but it makes you feel like you're an alien when you go in there. The employees just look at you like, what can I get for you? I'm like, hi, can I please get a cappuccino? And they're like, and they tap on the little thing and it comes up as $8, and then they walk away and they make it for you. I want it to be a little bit less pretentious than that, but still like good. So basically, I did a lot of research on how drinks were originally supposed to be made, and I want to be consistent with how the coffees like were made in the place that they originated. So basically, no iced cappuccinos, I'm sorry, and no 16-ounce caramel macchiatos. I know, it's just a sin. It is. But I would really love to incorporate more drinks from around the world, especially because I love languages and I love other cultures. Just, I thought it would be a really cool idea to have a menu that is like, I can't really explain it. So, like, my menu right now, I have the name of the drink and then I have where it originated. So, like, lattes, Italy, obviously. Maybe not obviously, I don't know. I don't know actually who knows that or not. But then I also have a Thai tea on there and the Cafe Sua from Vietnam and stuff like that. And I really want to expand my menu, get a bunch of coffees from different places so that we can get a little bit more culture here in America. And I also really want to make these coffees how they are made traditionally in the country. So like it's hard for me to do in the cart right now because you need a lot of equipment. Basically every country has a different like machine, kind of not a machine, but like a different, I don't know what the word is, a different gadget that they use to make their coffee. Like Italy has espresso machines and stuff, but they also have a mocha pot. And Vietnam has something called like a phin or a fin, and I want to make my Vietnamese coffee from that so that it tastes as authentic as possible. It is my goal though in the future to make them exactly how they are supposed to be and give people from other cultures a taste of home. So I think that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about my business or want to know, I don't know, more about it, then let me know. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Bye.